Every journey we take is guided by a map. It shows us roads, it shows us cities, it shows us landmarks. But there is another kind of map, an invisible one. This map outlines the hidden rules of a place. These rules are not printed on paper or displayed on bright screens. They are woven into the very fabric of daily life. They are in the quiet rhythms of a community. Tourists, often filled with excitement and a desire to see everything, can miss these subtle cues. They arrive with their own customs. They arrive with their own pace. And they may not realize the quiet lines they are crossing until it is too late. The harm that follows is not always intended, but it is real. Sometimes the consequence is small, a moment of embarrassment, a gentle correction from a local, but sometimes the impact is much larger, rippling through a community, rippling through an ecosystem. A single careless act can damage a piece of history that has stood for 1,000 years. It can alter the behavior of wildlife, making them dependent or aggressive. It can strain a village's precious resources. This essay is a guide to that unseen map. It explores beautiful places. It explores the quiet rules that protect them. It is not meant to shame. It is meant to teach. It is an invitation to travel with open eyes and with a listening heart. Think of yourself as a guest in someone's home. You would not put your feet on their dining table. You would not rearrange their furniture without asking. The world is a collection of homes, each with its own sense of order and respect. The rules are not there to restrict you. They are there to preserve the very beauty and authenticity you traveled so far to experience. They are the guardians of culture. They are the guardians of nature. They are the guardians of peace. By learning them, you do more than just avoid a mistake. You become a part of the place. You connect with it on a deeper, more meaningful level. You become a traveler, not just a tourist. This journey through words will show you what to look for. It will highlight simple facts of a place. It will highlight the clear rule that governs it. It will highlight the real consequences of breaking that rule. We will look at natural examples. We will look at human stories. We will offer gentle advice on how to behave. The pacing will be calm, like a slow walk through a new city. The sentences are short and clear, designed to be easy to follow. Let this be your preparation. Let it be the start of a new way of seeing the world. Respect is your compass. Curiosity is your guide. Well, let's begin. Across the globe, there are hills and temples, cradles of faith for centuries. People come to pray, to reflect, to find peace the busy world can't offer. The air seems to hold a different weight here. It is calm and slow. The unspoken rule is simple. Be silent, be respectful. Not a place for loud conversations or sudden movements. It is a sanctuary. Expectations of modest dress. Covering shoulders, covering knees is a small act of deference. Modern travel is loud and fast. We capture every moment, share in real-time, laugh, get excited. Awe-inspiring architecture. A breathtaking view can make us forget we're not in a theme park. See a beautiful sculpture, think of the perfect selfie. Forget it's venerated by others. Tourist energy chatter movement can overwhelm a lone worshiper, turning sanctuary into a spectacle. When the rule is broken, consequences are immediate. A loud laugh in a silent hall, like a stone in a pond, shatters the peace. You might get a stern look, or a guard may ask you to leave. Photography may be banned on the spot. You could face a small fine. Deeper harm. Erosion of trust. Locals may grow resentful. They might decide the cost is too high, restrict or close access. Pause and observe before you enter. Look for posted signs. Dress codes conduct. Listen to ambient sounds. If quiet, match your volume. Dress modestly, carry a light scarf to cover up. Before raising your camera, look around. Ask permission before photographing people. Give space to those in prayer. Take a deep breath. Allow the silence to teach you something about the place you have come to see. Imagine standing before a structure that has witnessed the rise and fall of empires. These ancient ruins are not just piles of rock, they are history books written in stone, their pages fragile and worn by time. They have survived centuries of sun, wind, and rain, but they are incredibly vulnerable to us. The fundamental rule for visiting these sites is one of gentle distance, do not touch. The oils on our skin, the weight of our bodies, the soles of our shoes can cause irreversible damage. You must keep your hands to yourself and walk only on the designated paths that have been carefully laid out to protect the site. This rule can be difficult to perceive because the stones appear so solid and permanent. A low wall seems like the perfect place to sit, and a carved pillar looks sturdy enough for a quick climb to get a better photograph. In the quest for a unique and memorable shot, a tourist might be tempted to step over a small rope barrier or place a hand on a weathered fresco. It feels like such a small, harmless action. They think, just one touch won't hurt. But when thousands of visitors think the same thing, the cumulative effect is devastating. The gentle pressure of a hand, repeated over and over by countless visitors, can wear down intricate carvings until they are smooth and featureless. Walking off the path compacts the soil, damages unseen foundations, and can grind delicate mosaics into dust. As the destruction mounts, authorities are left with no choice. They may erect large, unsightly barriers close off entire sections of the site or ban access altogether. The world loses a tangible piece of its shared heritage, and local communities that depend on tourism suffer. To be a responsible visitor, you must treat these sites like the outdoor museums they are. Adhere strictly to the marked paths. They are there for a reason. Use the zoom function on your camera to capture details instead of getting physically closer. If you are with a guide, listen carefully to their instructions and ask them to point out interesting features from a safe distance. Resist the impulse to run your hand over a cool stone wall or trace the outline of a faded carving. Your respect is the best preservation tool there is. Look with your eyes, not with your hands. Beneath the shimmering surface of the ocean lies one of nature's most vibrant and delicate creations, the coral reef. These are not colorful rocks. They are living, breathing colonies of tiny animals. A reef is a bustling city of marine life, fish, plants, invertebrates. It is a world of immense beauty and extreme fragility. The most important rule when you enter this world is to be a passive observer. Do not touch the coral. Do not feed the fish. Use reef-safe sunscreen. Maintain a respectful distance from everything you see. It's easy to forget when you're surrounded by the freedom of the water. Swimmers may instinctively reach out to a branching piece of coral, or steady themselves by standing on what looks like a sturdy formation. Others might bring bread or snacks to feed fish, hoping for a photo. These acts come from curiosity, not malice. But the consequences are severe. The soft tissue of a coral polyp is incredibly sensitive. A single touch from a hand or a fin can scrape it away. That leaves the coral skeleton vulnerable to infection and death. Many common sunscreens contain chemicals like oxybenzone. These chemicals act like a poison to coral, causing bleaching and death even in tiny concentrations. Feeding fish disrupts natural feeding patterns and makes them dependent on humans. Fish can become aggressive. They can lose their fear of boats and propellers. They can suffer poor nutrition, all of which weakens the entire reef ecosystem. Before you get in the water, your preparation matters. Invest in biodegradable, reef-safe sunscreen. Keep your hands and fins away from coral when snorkeling or swimming. Practice neutral buoyancy if you dive. Never offer food to fish or other marine life. Listen to briefings from your boat captain or dive master. Take only pictures. Leave only bubbles. Many of the world's most idyllic destinations are small islands, jewels of sand and green set in an endless blue sea. They offer a sense of escape, a paradise far from the complexities of modern life. But that very isolation comes with a hidden vulnerability. These islands often have extremely limited supplies of fresh water, electricity, and other essential resources. So the unspoken rule when visiting such a place is to travel with a light footprint. Conserve water, use electricity sparingly, and be mindful that the resources you enjoy are the same ones that a local community depends on for its survival. The tourist trap here is the illusion of abundance. When you check into a modern resort with its pristine swimming pool, lush gardens, and air-conditioned rooms, it is easy to assume that resources are limitless. The taps run freely, the lights switch on instantly. A visitor, accustomed to life on a continent with vast infrastructure, might take a long, luxurious shower after a day at the beach without a second thought. They might leave the air conditioning running in an empty room, or ask for fresh towels and linens every single day. They are simply behaving as they would at home, unaware of the strain they are placing on a fragile system. The consequences of this collective thoughtlessness can be profound. As tourist demand outstrips the natural supply, the island's water table can drop to dangerously low levels. Local residents, farmers, and small businesses may face water rationing or shortages, while the resorts continue to cater to their guests. The island might be forced to import water via barges or build expensive and energy-intensive desalination plants, driving up the cost of living for everyone. The very charm that drew visitors in the first place, the quiet, simple way of life, can be eroded by the massive infrastructure required to support unsustainable tourism. You can be a part of the solution with a few simple actions. Take shorter showers. Turn off the tap while brushing your teeth. Choose to reuse your towels and bed linens for a few days, just as you would at home. Ask your hotel or host about their conservation practices. Where does the water come from? How is waste managed? Support businesses that are actively working to protect the island's resources. By being mindful of your consumption, you are not just saving water or electricity, you are showing respect for the island's delicate balance and for the people who call it home. Mountain trails are our gateways to the wilderness, leading us through ancient forests, up to windswept peaks with staggering views. These paths are carefully designed to guide us and to protect the delicate ecosystems they pass through. The soil, tiny alpine flowers, tree root systems. The cardinal rule of hiking is simple: stay on the trail. Do not take shortcuts, no matter how tempting. Every step off the marked path impacts the landscape. The temptation is easy to understand. You see steep switchbacks ahead and a more direct, straight line up the slope. It looks like it would save time and energy. A hiker eager for the summit might cut across a grassy slope or push through brush for a better photo. One person's footsteps seem insignificant on a mountain, but multiplied by hundreds or thousands, they become devastating. Unofficial shortcuts, desire lines, kill vegetation that holds soil in place. Without roots, thin mountain soil begins to erode. Rainstorms wash it away, carving deep gullies and making slopes unstable. The official trail can be undermined. Park managers often must close damaged trails for restoration, sometimes for years. That reduces access for everyone who follows the rules. Respecting the trail is a gift to the mountain and future hikers. Always follow the marked path, even if it seems longer or harder. Switchbacks make the climb manageable and prevent erosion. Wear sturdy hiking boots with good grip to feel secure on the trail. Carry a map, know your route so you won't be tempted to improvise. If you find a trail closure sign, respect it. The mountain is not a gym. It's a living environment that asks for our care in exchange for its beauty. Local markets are the vibrant, beating hearts of many communities. The smell of spices and street food, the riot of colors from fresh produce, handmade textiles, the lively hum of conversation and commerce. In many of these markets around the world, bargaining is not just common. It is an expected part of the transaction. It is a social dance, a friendly negotiation. But the hidden rule within this tradition is to engage with fairness and kindness. The goal is not to win the bargain at all costs, but to arrive at a price that is fair to both you and the seller. Tourists, especially those from cultures where prices are fixed, can misunderstand this dynamic. They may have read a guidebook that says, always haggle for half the asking price, and apply this rule rigidly and without nuance. They might approach the negotiation as a battle of wills, making insultingly low offers, belittling the quality of the goods to drive the price down. They may see it as a game, forgetting that for the artisan or farmer on the other side of the stall, this is not a game. It is their livelihood, the means by which they support their family. The consequences of aggressive or disrespectful haggling go beyond a single soured transaction. If vendors feel consistently insulted or cheated, they may start quoting artificially high prices to tourists, making genuine negotiation impossible. They might reserve their best quality items for local customers, offering only inferior goods to foreigners. Over time, the friendly, welcoming atmosphere of the market can be replaced by a sense of cynicism and resentment. The trust that holds the community together begins to fray, and the authentic cultural experience that travelers seek is diminished for everyone. A few rupees or dollars saved is not worth the cost of lost dignity. To bargain with respect, start by observing. Watch how locals interact with sellers. Always begin the exchange with a smile and a polite greeting. If you are interested in an item, ask the price calmly. If you choose to make a counteroffer, make it a reasonable one. Perhaps 10 to 30% below the asking price, not 90%. Be prepared to meet in the middle. If the price is fair for a beautiful handmade item, consider paying it. Remember that the small amount you are negotiating over likely means far more to the seller than it does to you. Your kindness will be remembered long after the transaction is over. Wildlife parks and nature reserves are extraordinary places where we can witness animals living freely in their natural habitats. They are not zoos. The animals here are wild, following ancient instincts. When we enter their world, we are the visitors. The single most important rule: maintain a respectful distance. Never, ever interfere with their natural behavior. This means staying quiet, staying in your vehicle when required, never feeding the animals. We are there to observe, not to interact. The trap. Animals can seem surprisingly tame or curious. A monkey might approach a car. A beautiful bird might land on a railing. The desire for a close-up can be overwhelming. From the perceived safety of a safari vehicle, people might call out, or offer a piece of their snack. They see it as a benign gesture. They think they're helping, but they don't see the ripple effects. Feeding wild animals has catastrophic consequences. It disrupts their ability to forage for themselves. It creates dependency on an unnatural food source. Animals begin to associate humans and vehicles with food. They lose their natural fear. That can lead to aggression, snatching bags, and even biting or injuring people when food is not offered. When this happens, park rangers are often forced to take drastic measures. This can include relocating problem animals, or, in worst cases, euthanizing them. The creature the tourist thought they were helping may pay the ultimate price. The best way to enjoy wildlife is from afar. Use binoculars, or a camera with a zoom lens. Adhere to all park regulations. Especially, stay inside your vehicle. Speak in low voices, and avoid sudden noises that could startle animals. If an animal approaches your vehicle, stay quiet and still, and never offer it food. By being a silent and patient observer, you allow the animals to behave naturally, giving you a far more authentic and meaningful glimpse into their wild lives. Every culture has its own unwritten language of social cues. One of its most visible dialects is dress. What is considered fashionable, appropriate, modest can vary dramatically from one place to another. While you are a visitor, the unspoken rule is to observe and adapt. This does not mean you need to completely change your wardrobe, but it does mean being aware of local standards of dress and showing respect for them, particularly when visiting religious sites, more conservative rural areas. Blending in, even a little, is a sign that you are a considerate and aware traveler. The difficulty for many tourists is that they pack for comfort and for the climate, often without considering the cultural context. A pair of shorts and a tank top might be the most practical outfit for a hot day, and in many Western countries, it would be perfectly acceptable. However, in a more conservative society, that same outfit might be seen as disrespectful or immodest, especially on a woman. Tourists are on vacation. They feel relaxed and free, and they may not realize that their clothing is sending a message they do not intend, one that can be interpreted as a lack of respect for local traditions. The consequences of dressing in a way that offends local sensibilities can range from subtle to severe. You might receive disapproving stares, comments, which can make you feel uncomfortable and unwelcome. In some places, you may be denied entry to temples, mosques, churches, certain public buildings. In stricter countries, there could be official repercussions, such as fines, a formal warning from authorities. More importantly, it creates a cultural barrier. It reinforces stereotypes and can make local people feel that their values are being mocked or ignored, which damages the potential for genuine human connection. A little research before you pack can go a long way. A quick internet search for dress code for tourists in your destination will provide valuable guidance. As a general rule, it is always a good idea to pack lightweight long pants, long skirt shirts that cover the shoulders. One of the most useful items a traveler can carry is a large, light scarf pashmina. It is versatile and can be easily used to cover your head when entering a mosque, drape over your shoulders before walking into a church, or even wrap around your waist as a makeshift skirt if needed. It is a simple tool for showing respect. Cities are alive with energy, and for many travelers, experiencing the nightlife is a key part of the adventure. Bars, clubs, late-night restaurants offer a chance to mingle and celebrate. But just a few streets away from the bustling nightlife district, there are often quiet residential neighborhoods where families are trying to sleep. The hidden rule of the urban night is to be mindful of where you are. Respect the quiet hours. Keep your voice down when you are walking through residential areas late at night, because the sound of your fun can easily become a disturbance to those who live there. This rule is often broken without any ill intent. Tourists, energized by a fun evening and perhaps a few drinks, travel in groups. Their voices are loud with laughter and excited conversation as they walk back to their hotel or rental apartment. They might be playing music on a portable speaker, not realizing how sound travels and amplifies in the stillness of the night. They are in a temporary world of vacation and celebration, and it is easy to forget that the apartments they are passing are permanent homes, filled with people who have to wake up for work or school in the morning. The repeated disruption of peace has real consequences for a neighborhood. Residents who are constantly woken up by loud tourists may become frustrated and angry. They might start by calling the police to report the noise disturbances. Over time, this frustration can lead to organized community opposition to tourism. They may lobby for stricter regulations on short-term rentals, push for earlier closing times for bars, or support curfews that affect all visitors. The very vibrancy that attracted tourists in the first place can be diminished by regulations born from the need to reclaim peace and quiet. Being a good neighbor, even a temporary one, is simple. Know where the designated nightlife areas are, and try to confine your louder celebrations to those zones. When you are walking home late at night, make a conscious effort to lower your voice. Think of it as walking through a library. If you want to listen to music, use headphones. In the age of social media, certain views have become iconic. A dramatic cliffside, a charming alleyway, a field of wildflowers. These photo hotspots draw travelers from all over the world, all seeking to capture the same perfect shot. The image on their screen looks open and accessible, but often that perfect vantage point is on private property, a farmer's field, a homeowner's front garden. The unwritten rule: respect boundaries. Just because you can see a view does not mean you have the right to enter the land to get a better angle. This is a particularly modern tourist trap, fueled by digital maps and photo-sharing apps that place a pin on a location without providing any context about land ownership. A traveler sees a stunning photo online and navigates directly to the GPS coordinates. When they arrive, they might find a fence, a closed gate, a no trespassing sign. Believing their quest for the perfect photo is a harmless pursuit, they might decide to hop the fence or walk around the gate. They see an empty field and assume no one will notice or care about their brief intrusion. The consequences of trespassing, however, are significant. For the property owner, it is a violation of their privacy and security. A farmer's field can be damaged, crops can be trampled, and livestock can be disturbed. Homeowners can feel as though their personal sanctuary is under siege. This often leads to conflict. Landowners may become hostile towards tourists, post more aggressive signage, or erect larger, more imposing fences that obstruct the view for everyone. In some cases, they may pursue legal action against trespassers. A few careless choices by individuals can lead to a beautiful spot being permanently closed off to the public. The most respectful way to capture beautiful images is to do so from public land. Official Viewpoints Scenic overlooks designated public paths. These are often created specifically to provide great views without encouraging trespassing. Use a camera with a good zoom lens to bring your subject closer without taking a single step onto private property. If you desperately want access, the only right way is to find the owner and ask for permission. But you must be prepared to accept no for an answer. The perfect photo is never worth compromising your integrity or violating someone else's home. The hidden rules we have explored are not obstacles, they are guardians. They protect the ancient stones from crumbling, the fragile reefs from dying, and the quiet communities from being overwhelmed. They preserve the very essence of the places we travel so far to see. When we learn to perceive and follow these gentle guidelines, we transform our role from that of a mere consumer to that of a respectful guest. We become stewards, in our own small way, of the world's beauty and diversity. The best travel memories are not just about the sights we saw, but about the connections we made and the respect we showed. Think of it as a legacy. Every footstep we take, every interaction we have, leaves a small mark. Will our legacy be one of erosion, resentment, and regulation? Or will it be one of understanding, appreciation, and preservation? The choice is made in 1,000 small decisions. The decision to take a shorter shower on a dry island, to stay on the path in the mountains, to smile and bargain fairly in the market, to watch wildlife from a silent distance. These actions may seem minor, but when practiced by millions of travelers, they have the collective power to protect our planet's most precious destinations for generations to come. The key to being a traveler who learns quickly lies not in memorizing a long list of rules, but in cultivating a certain state of mind. It begins with curiosity, a genuine desire to understand a place, not just to see it. Read a little about the local culture before you go. When you arrive, watch and listen more than you talk. Observe how local people interact with each other and with their environment. Hire local guides. They are the keepers of stories and the interpreters of the unseen map. Ask questions with humility and an open heart. Ultimately, travel at its best is an exchange. We travel to receive the gifts of new sights, sounds, and experiences. In return, the greatest gift we can offer back is our respect. It is a gift that costs nothing, yet it is invaluable. It ensures that the temple remains a place of peace, the reef remains a world of color, and the village remains a welcoming home. So, as you plan your next journey, pack your curiosity alongside your passport. Let respect be your compass. Travel not just to see the world, but to understand it, and to leave it just as beautiful as you found it.